Caught me off guard there. Caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what?
Got him.
Got him. Got him. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On. He's Cricket from sportspicks.locals.com. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. You know what today is, Crick?
What's today, man?
Remember, the 5th of November.
Okay.
You ever see V for Vendetta?
Man, I ain't seen that one.
Oh, you should watch it. It's timeless. It's timeless.
Okay. I'll check it out. You haven't steered me wrong on any of those you told me to watch yet, man. So
it is. It's about government overthrow and whatnot.
Okay, that sounds appropriate for this time of time.
Mm-hmm. It's not really like a happy movie, so it's not a sad movie or anything like that. But it's not like, oh my god, like it. You just gotta watch it. It's just one of those timeless ones that you watch and you're like, that is interesting.
Okay. Yeah. I'll check that out. I love shit like that, man.
Yeah.
Well,
takes you back to 1605. What a good year, huh?
What a year. Remember the 5th of November.
Exactly.
That's right.
I think something's broken with Rumble. I don't see anyone over there. No one's saying anything. If you're in the Rumble chat, no, I don't see anyone, Crick. I don't see. You better start throwing stuff in the chat or something. I see nothing, man.
Fair enough.
Gas station burrito. What's up, Jets? Huge winners yesterday. Good morning, Will. Cricket. Losers, Cowboys. We're gonna listen. We have. I don't even know if we're gonna get through everything today. We have a jam-packed show. Here's what's on the menu. NFL trade deadline. Of course, we got to react because we actually, although there wasn't that many trades, because there never really are.
Right.
It was the third most amount of trades on actual trade deadline day in the last 20 years or something like that. But there was actually a few big names, not like huge names, but like a couple of them that are like, wow,
pretty big.
So we're going to get into that. We're going to react to all of that. We have the college football playoff committee rankings.
We do.
And I don't know why we react to these because they're going to change, but there is one game that I hope stays the same when the official playoff comes out because I want to inject that game into my veins.
Okay.
So we talk about that.
Love that.
You're curious about your thoughts on that. What other news? Dude, we had some other news. What else is going on? We got the trench report is out.
Okay.
Oh, baby. Crick.
Like trench report?
So I make all my initial picks. You guys wonder how do you keep up on all your contests and stuff like that? Tuesday, I go through and gut feeling everything. Just bam, 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 like rapid fire. Just clicking everything and whatever and get it all. So that way, if something happens, God forbid I end up in the hospital for a few days or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, we're good. We're good.
I'm with you, man.
I like
to click on that stuff and watch the lines move and see the different things so early in the week. I do the same thing.
And then I start doing my homework. Like I get the trench report, start listening to other things. I start digging into the numbers. I start looking at the stats and trends. And then I start tweaking.
That's a good way to do it, sir. Solid system.
So we got that going on. Plus, I think there's something else. Oh my God. I keep wanting to get to this UFC story, but we probably won't have time today. And the longer I wait, the better it gets. Like we get more information, like the story builds.
We should probably wait on that till when we have Steps with us. Steps the UFC guy.
Yeah, he doesn't know UFC.
He loves it though. He doesn't know it, but he loves it.
He does. He loves betting on it. That's true. That is true. Shout out to Leslie for retweeting the Most Pro Sports Show on X. Love it. Good morning, Grass Guy. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where do we
control over there? Good morning. Good morning, Gas Station Burrito. Good morning to all y'all, man. Let's get into it, bro.
I guess we got to start with the biggest news from the trade deadline yesterday. And that was we got a Tom Brady story today too. A weird one.
Dude, that is a weird one. I'm glad you brought that back up because I wanted to ask you about that. That is weird.
Listen, I'm a Patriot fan. I'm a Tom Brady guy, and this is a little strange. But I think I know why. We'll talk about that later.
That shit's weird. I was diving into that yesterday trying to figure things out. That shit's weird.
Good morning, Pissant. He hates driving. Is there anything you like?
Bet parlays on midweek college football.
Jamie says a rough night for sports picks, political picks last night. Plenty of sports opportunity ahead of us. Yeah, it was rough. I was in the mix with everyone. I lost with everyone, but it happens. It's just like sports betting. It happens. At least you're getting information and getting picks. One that more times than not turn out to be really big winners. But two, that like Robert's right there with you. He's putting his money where his mouth is. So
I promise y'all, he
loses. You know what I mean?
He's not recommending y'all any picks. I know I put the man's bets in myself before. He doesn't recommend any picks to y'all that he's not betting himself. So I promise, if y'all lost, he lost right alongside with you. I don't bet the political stuff. Y'all know that. I don't know enough about it, and I don't care. I'm not listening to anybody else. I don't know. I don't bet that stuff. But he lost with y'all, I promise.
Yeah, and I kind of like, it stings today. It sucks. But I know Robert, when he loses, he gets focused back up. He gets sharpened. He learns. Mm-hmm. He said it in the chat last night. You learn more from big losses than big winners.
100%, dude. 100%. That's in anything. That's not just betting. That's in playing sports or doing a job or anything. You learn more from fucking up and losing than you do from actually winning.
Yep. Shout out to Eric John Pizza Artist for retweeting over on X as well. Sporting says that's why I skipped them. Fell off. Yeah, good call, man. Good call.
Good no
Jamie says it fell off to me too, but I'm still honing my instincts. I'm becoming more confident in following my own instincts. Atta baby, that's what we want to hear. Pissing says the one thing that he likes is money, and that's the reason why he's driving. Okay. Baby. B-hole patrols here. Show B-hole, what up? Personally, I don't think it's weird. Brady loves his dog so much he had it cloned. Honestly, what's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with him doing that. I just think it's weird that we can do that.
Well, I mean, the reason why he did it is because he owns part of that company. So yeah, you want to test it out. You want to promote your company.
Here you go.
But I also think it's because Pet Cemetery.
Thanks. Good morning, Miss Leslie.
Honestly, good morning, Miss Leslie. Honestly, I think he did it though because he's hitting a midlife crisis. He needed to throw something out there in the news.
Yeah. He ain't got enough.
There's this young stud new quarterback in New England. People are starting to forget about Tom, right? We're talking about the Drake May era. We're back, baby. We're with the 2 seed right now. And Tom's like, hey, don't forget about me. Let me tell you about my dog.
My dog, yeah.
I think that's what's going on.
What's crazy is that Tom can talk about stupid shit like that, and we still put it on the top headlines on ESPN.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, NFL trade deadline yesterday. I guess we'll start by the teams, okay? So let's talk about the New York Jets. They make some big trades yesterday.
Dude,
big trades.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. I feel bad for Jet fans because it feels like they're always in rebuild mode every 2-3 years.
It's felt like that our whole fucking life.
They're like, you know what? Let's blow it up and rebuild. So I understand why Jet fans might be a little pissed. The Jets, for those of you that are living under a rock, traded away Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner, two of their younger stud defensive players. And Quentin Williams is going to the Dallas Cowboys for a 2026 second rounder and a 2027 first rounder. Now, the Cowboys have 2 first-round picks in 2027. It will be the better pick of those. They have theirs in Green Bay's. And then Sauce Gardner going to the Colts for 2 first-round picks. I'm not going to lie, Crick. If you would have said, hey, what could Sauce Gardner get you? I wouldn't have. I don't think I would ever came around to 2 first-round picks.
I would have said similar to what Quentin Williams got you.
I could
see one in a second. 2 first rounders, dude. I mean, look, I love Sauce. I think he's a great player and everything. But let's be real. That guy has been the most penalized DB in the last 2 seasons. He's got more pass interference penalties than anybody else in the entire league by a few. And to give away 2 first-round picks, now that's great. I mean, the Jets become the first team in the common draft era to make 2 in-season trades for a first-round pick. And now they've got 2 first-round picks next year and 3 first-round picks in 2027. That's how you rebuild a team, man. That's a little Texans model right there.
And let's be honest, they have 2 second-round picks next year too. So
yeah, that's a big deal too.
Not only are they likely to get those 2 first-round picks next for this upcoming draft, both of them probably going to be top 10, top 12. But that means the 2 second-round picks are going to also be high. So those 4, they might have 4 picks in the first 40 picks of the draft.
Whose other pick do they have? Is it Dallas's next year, or do they get the one from Green Bay or whatever?
Oh wait, sorry. Indy's, never mind. The first round picks aren't going to be in the top 12. I was thinking it was Dallas's. It's Indy's, but still, you're going to have 4 picks in the first 40 picks of the draft.
That's huge, dude.
Which means not only could you just take 4 players, right? You could also package and trade up in certain spots,
or even package and trade up, or even trade some of those back and get some other value around the 3rd, 4th round, man.
Yeah, I mean, if there's 2 players that you really, really like, you could do. Yeah. They have the assets now to be able to do what the Texans did a couple years ago, getting C.J. Stroud and getting Will Anderson.
I agree, dude. I'm telling you, that was the way. That was the model that some of these teams should have been using right there, and the Jets can do that now.
They sure can. Crick, does the C in Colts stand for chips all in?
Dude, it does, but I was kind of listening to Pat McAfee yesterday, and I didn't realize they've got a lot of their guys on the offensive line signed for a few years. They've got several guys on the defensive side of the ball signed for a few years. They got some key pieces, wide receivers and stuff like that are signed. So basically what they're saying is that we feel like we've got our core group of guys for the next couple years, and we don't necessarily need a first-round pick the next couple years because we think we're built to win right now, and adding a piece like that to that defense really bolsters it. So I don't hate it if you feel like you're in that kind of shape, but I still think it's a lot to give away.
Yeah. So to wrap up the Jets, I think one, if you are going to blow things up, you got max value yesterday.
Agreed.
You got max value. So good on you. I think the one thing that the Jets were stupid with was Breece Hall. They were asking for a 3rd rounder. Rumors are Kansas City was offering a 4th rounder. The Patriots were offering a 4th rounder. They were stubborn and wanted a 3rd rounder. I think that was stupid. You should have taken the 4th rounder because he's a free agent after this season. So you're about to get nothing for him, and also he's not happy.
Yeah, you're going to lose him for sure. But yeah, I mean, but if you're one of these teams like Kansas City or New England that you expect to be a playoff team, like, is there that big a difference between a 4th? I know there is. I know the rounds matter. But if you're willing to give up a 4th, wouldn't you think you'd be willing to give up a 3rd? If that's where they were just going to stand firm?
If it was a more valuable position. It's not like they were super desperate for a running back.
I mean, but neither one of them teams really have one they love.
Yeah, but,
I mean, you've drafted young guys.
You got to remember with the Patriots, you're still in division, right? You're still like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't want him to beat you up for years to come. But the Chiefs, like that. I mean, hell, I saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire back out there last week for him. I didn't realize that guy was still in the league.
By the way, this is live video of Jet fans yesterday looking at their team after getting ready for another rebuild.
You're such fucking dopes. I love you, but you are not serious people.
I ain't seen that one in a long time. That's a good one.
It was perfect for that one because that's what I was getting from Jet fans. What up, Jay Main?
What up, Jay Main? And Ornery Old Fart. How you doing, Dog Spa?
Imagine a female owner approving a terrible trade. I think it was terrible. Listen, we'll get to the what it means for the Colts here in a second, but I got one more thing to wrap up with the Jets. Crick, I got 2 options for you for the Jets with all these draft picks right here that we're looking at. Option 1, should the Jets use every single one of those picks and draft a quarterback? 7 quarterbacks right there.
Can't miss on all of them, right?
That's what I'm saying. You're going to eventually find your guy, right?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what.
Or 2, should they take all those picks and trade them to Cincinnati for Joe Burrow? Those are your options.
Those are
What
your
would you-
options. That's what you got.
What would you go with?
Oh man, I think I'd rather trade him away for Joe Burrow.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
that'd
They
be
got a
hard.
terrible. They got a terrible offensive line up there in New York too. So, and Joe don't tend to stay healthy
They don't care. They'd be excited. They feel some joy for a minute. You know what I mean?
for just a second, kind of like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
we'll take it. I mean, that would be hard for Cincinnati to say no. That's 7 picks.
ain't giving all them picks away.
I mean, could you imagine?
Why don't you just trade Sauce Gardner and Kenyon Williams for him? Be like, here, Cincinnati, you can have this. Your defense sucks too. You need both these guys.
Yeah, no. They can throw in Brees Hall in that trade too.
Yeah. Here you go. Take it. Whatever. You can have it. No, good trade for the Jets, though, man. I do think they got a lot of value back. And I think with the way this season's gone and everything, I do think you got to give. I mean, if this season's just shit the rest of the way, obviously, you trade away 2 of your better defensive players. Everybody else unhappy. I mean, this is looking like maybe a 2-15 season. Might be a 1-16 season for the Jets. Does Aaron Glenn get another shot at this thing?
It sounds like it. I don't think he makes this move.
I agree with you. I don't think you do all that if you're ready to fire that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're all in on your coach, and you've given him every opportunity now to rebuild. I don't know why. I'm not saying I agree with it.
Oh, here's the thing, man. He might be a dead man walking anyway, because even coming into next year, it's like even with all those draft picks, how often do we see rookies come in and just dominate the league? We know out of those 7 or whatever, you're probably going to have 2, maybe 3 guys that make immediate impacts. They may all wind up making impacts on the road, but it's rare to see rookies come in and make an immediate impact, especially that many of them. So they're probably going to suck again next year.
Yeah, and but you also free up a lot of cap space now.
That's a big deal.
Had tied up.
Yeah, that's a big deal because that's the thing. You just signed Sauce to like $120 million extension or something like that. So, but they worded all the trade language so that they could trade it and get away from it if they needed to if something like this happened. So that was
one of the stupidest thing I saw on X yesterday was someone said, because they're talking about the 2 first-rounders for Sauce, and they're like, remember a couple of years ago, Lamar couldn't even get 2 first-rounders. I'm like, that is not even the same trade.
No,
Lamar, it costs over twice as much as what Sauce costs. You know what I mean? Like,
at least, yeah.
Because you had to pay $50+ million for Lamar after trading away 2 first-round picks. You already knew what the price was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'll be looking 3 years from now and only paying Sauce $26 million a year is going to be a good deal. You know what I mean?
It will be at that point in time. Yep. The way these contracts go up.
Yeah. So let's look at the Colts. The Colts out of this deal, 2 first-rounders for a cornerback. I guess, listen, if you think you're a win now team and you're addressing a position of need, I don't hate the move. I'm not saying I would have done that or I agree with it, but if that's how you feel, then go get your guy. And you went and got your guy. I don't think, the first round pick this year is going to be in the 20s, probably the high 20s. So could you have found a better player than Sauce in the high 20s? Probably not. And then the following year's first round pick, this is where you believe you will still be competitive. The biggest winner out of this for Indy is Daniel Jones. You don't trade away 2 first round picks if you don't think you have a quarterback. So Daniel Jones is about to get an extension this offseason.
Truth. He should, man. Keeps playing like he has been so far. He should. Where are you going to find a better quarterback to do better than what he's done for you so far?
Unreal Part said it's hard for me to buy any team that gives up 2 first-rounders for anyone unless they're superstars. I agree with that. There's probably 8 to 10 players in the league that you would that qualify that you would be like, that's worth giving up 2 first-rounders. Like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Obviously, you can look at any of the top quarterbacks, of course. Maybe Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons. It's a short list, and I don't think Sauce is on that list.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Sauce was a top 5 pick, wasn't he? Wasn't he like number 4 overall?
Yeah, he was something like that.
Something like that. I mean, you get a top.
No, wasn't he? I think it was a top 10 pick.
My biggest thing is, man, like I said, this has been the most penalized DB in the NFL for the last 2 seasons. I mean, a lot of that's his physical type play and how he likes to disrupt the line and things like that. But I don't know. 2 first-round picks feels like a lot.
Yeah, he was 4, and then it was Garrett Wilson that was like 10, I think.
Yeah.
'cause they
They've
got
got his.
drafted.
I thought they might be looking to trade him yesterday.
They said he was untouchable.
Man, well, they wrote his contract up just like Sauce, so they could trade it if they needed to.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I think you could have got some. You could have probably got some more picks for that guy. And hell, you don't know who the quarterback's going to be to throw to him, so I don't know that you can utilize him the way you need to.
Let's talk about the Cowboys now.
Oh, fuck. If we must.
Dallas goes off and gets a linebacker. Didn't really give up much for him. It was like, okay, you took a linebacker off of a defense that's as shitty as yours. Okay. But they went and got Quinn Williams. Now, I mean, good move going to get him. Giving up a second rounder and a first rounder. And now what sucks for the Cowboys is because that pick is tied, that first round pick is tied to 2027, and it's going to be the better of theirs or Green Bay's, they can't trade their other first round pick if they want to make a deal next year until next season's done. Yeah, because it's connected. You know what I mean?
So they get the better of the two.
Mm-hmm.
God almighty, that GM for the New York Jets is a savage.
Mm-hmm.
What a savage, dude. I'm telling you, that's well done. Well done. The fucking Cowboys. Has anybody down in Dallas watched any of the fucking football games this year and realized that the problems you got is in the secondary?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like you're 3-5-1. You have to go for the Cowboys to make the playoffs this season. They got to go 8-2 down the stretch.
That ain't happening.
Yeah,
that ain't happening. What up, B-Mac? That ain't happening. Now
you can make the argument. Well, this is a long term move here. But yeah, I mean, Quinn Williams is gonna be nice to have on your team for the next several seasons.
They tried to work out a deal for him with the whole. They were talking about Mike. He was going to be involved in a Micah Parsons trade with them when they were discussing that. So they wanted him for a little bit.
This felt like an old man move. Like, hey, everyone's talking about how shitty our defense is. Let me trade for some defensive players, and now on paper we look good. You know,
you know whose call that was. 100%.
Oh yeah,
the same reason they won't ever win a championship again while that guy's fucking alive. Period.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm not too mad at it. Obviously, for this season, this is the only reason why I think it's stupid. I'm not mad at getting him because, first of all, Dallas has been drafting very poorly the last few seasons.
Yeah, because they suck.
They're not really good at drafting defense or offensive linemen of late. So
very good at drafting the first
any of those picks, I don't think you would have hit on one anyways. But why did they have to make the move for Quinn Williams now? It feels like this trade would have been available this offseason if they really wanted him. And you could have probably got him for 2 second rounders in the offseason, you know?
Yeah, especially after he gave up on the season and played like shit the rest of the year. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't understand here. Yeah, this is Jerry Jones trying to make some PR moves right there and doesn't want everybody yelling at him and saying they didn't try to make any moves. They gave up on the season, all this stuff. But I'm sorry, these moves right here, yeah, you got a good player in Quinn Williams. Logan Wilson is kind of on the back end of his career, in my opinion. He's had to deal with some injuries and stuff like that. And once again, all the problems you've had on that defense, the majority of them have been in that damn secondary. And you didn't even try to make a move at that damn thing. You couldn't get rid of. I mean, hell, you couldn't have thrown George Pickens in that deal with New York and try to get Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner. You don't think you throw George Pickens, another draft pick or something in there, throw a first rounder in down the road, 3 or 4 years down the road, and try to get both those guys? That would have been a smart move.
Yeah. It's the Cowboys.
But hell, if they weren't coming off of them for less than 2 first-round picks, I mean, shit, Dallas wouldn't have had all that to give away. Maybe, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I think you should have focused on that damn secondary.
Well, at least they, like I said, they made a move. They addressed a key issue, and I just think this move could have been made in the offseason because it's not going to help your team this season.
Exactly. You see Dallas making all these moves like that for a team that I feel like's already out of it.
But, you could make the argument, why would we want to try to improve our secondary when we still have our first-round pick this year? So maybe we want to continue to be bad. That way our pick is a potentially top 5 pick.
I mean, maybe if you're building this for the future and you're looking at these guys helping you down the road versus this season, then yeah, okay, that's fine. But I mean, if you're trying to win right now, that secondary ain't nowhere close to a playoff secondary.
If only Dallas had a top tier edge rusher. That's right, Buku. If only.
If only they did, buddy. I don't.
Good
Why
morning,
not
by
try
the
to
way.
make more moves for Trey Hendrickson?
Good morning, some guy from Maine. The asking price is just too high.
Well, they're stupid because that dude don't want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, same thing what I said with the Jets not trading Brees Hall. The Bengals are stupid for keeping Trey Hendrickson.
Yes, 100%. The guys don't want to be there. They're not happy. They want to get paid. You don't want to fucking pay them, and you're going to lose them for nothing. Why not get whatever you could? I don't care if you had to trade him for a third or fourth round damn pick. You at least got something out of it.
They could have got a second round pick out of him, but they were stubborn and wanted a first.
A second round pick right there, especially if it's near the top of which is where the Bengals are going to be. A second round pick is huge at the top 5 of the second round. I'm like, come on, dude. What else? You're not going to get a first round.
Well, it's going to be whoever they trade with. So, I mean, I would have looked at Dallas and said, give me your second round pick. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Either way, all the guys that are wanting to trade with you right there, I mean, depending on who it would be. But yeah, Dallas, if Dallas is showing interest right there, you're looking more and more like you're going to get one of those top 10 picks in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how these people get paid so much money to do this shit and they couldn't run the fantasy football team.
I do like that the Jets have those the 3 first rounders for 2027 because it was looking like this upcoming draft was going to be a quarterback draft. And now, as we've seen the college football season play out, it's not as many top quarterbacks as we thought. It looks, which is good because you can get some of those guys in the later rounds now and take a chance on some of them. But it looks like 2027, you got a better shot at getting a better quarterback.
I'm telling you what, right now, you look like you're better off taking that quarterback at the back end of the first round and getting the Jackson Darts and the Bo Nixes of the world. And the hell with the Cam Wards and the Bryce Youngs.
Good morning, some guy from Maine.
Good morning, bud.
Other big news out of the trade deadline yesterday. Patriots, 0 moves made.
Maybe Vrabel just likes his squad, man.
I mean, we're so good we don't need to make moves. We're not the Colts. We don't need to be desperate. What are you talking about?
I think Mike Vrabel knows that he's got the pieces in place for some years to come. And the Colts are more like I said, they've got some guys locked up for the next few years, but they are kind of the window will close after the next couple seasons. I think Mike Vrabel thinks he's got a big window open, man.
And I think he's realistic. I think he knows this team's not winning a Super Bowl this year, so why trade away assets right now?
And
when you could like Trey Hendrickson, why trade anything for him right now when you know he's going to be a free agent? You can try to lure him that way.
And you've got the cap space to do it. And you've got key pieces in place. You've got your quarterback. You know all that. Why trade away some of those future draft picks that you're going to be able to build with? And why trading away the key pieces that you're already using?
Yeah.
I like Mike Vrabel, dude. I do.
The one move I wish we would have made yesterday, I wish we would have traded for Joe Alt. Could have got him at an all-time low, you know?
They ain't trading that damn guy.
He's injured right now. I mean, we could have thrown some interesting picks their way. It could have been.
Dude, that would actually be smart. When you start looking at these guys that are like going down for the season and stuff like that, and you know the value. It's like what I did like you last year. You traded me Rashee Rice the week after he got hurt with the knee injury for Keenan Allen. Granted, that ain't been that bad of a trade because Keenan Allen's done pretty well since.
Yeah, it was a win-win for both of us.
But at the time, I was like, hey, man, Keenan's down here on the bench. I'll take Rashee and hide him back here in the IR for a year.
Yeah.
That's the same thing they could have done. I don't know why more people don't try to do that shit, man.
I don't either. Some other big news. So Trey Hendrickson did not get moved. Shaheed is going to Seattle, man. I think that was a good move. I think it was a good move by Seattle. Didn't really give up too much for him, and you need another wide receiver. I know everyone's going to say we have JSN, and JSN's leading the league. Here's the deal. You can't rely on one wide receiver.
No.
Even if he continues this ridiculous pace he's been on and whatnot, when playoff time comes around, you need a second wide receiver. You want to know why? Because I was just watching highlights yesterday. Even guys as good as Calvin Johnson, in the playoffs, teams will figure out how to take away your best receiver.
You get doubled up by 2 Pro Bowl DBs. It's hard to do, man. You got to have another guy. And Rashid Shaheed, you were talking about wanting him for your Patriots there. That's a good guy that can be a deep threat. He's got good, sure hands. He's been in the league for a little bit now. I think it was a good pickup by Seattle, man.
And it's a safety net because you can't really rely on Cooper Kupp to be healthy come playoff time. You know what I mean?
100%, dude. I'm saying I like the pickup by Seattle right there. Another one I kind of like, man. I guess we'll get to in a minute, but another receiver move too.
Jacoby Myers?
Yeah, man.
Tell me about it.
the Jags need to, they needed to bolster that receiving core a little bit. Nobody out there. You had Grange, the damn tight end, was having a good year, been banged up, but you haven't seen a lot out of Brian Thomas Jr. this year so far. No other real weapons. Etienne's having a decent season, but you haven't seen a real true number one pass catcher for that team all year long. And Jacoby Myers was disgruntled out there in Vegas, man. He wanted a new spot, and this guy's been a solid possession receiver. He can give you solid games, man, if he's getting the volume right there. So I think another good pickup for a team that's trying to win this year, man.
I think it was good too. You didn't really give up too much for him. He was obviously upset with he's been wanting out of Vegas for a while.
Yep.
And so I think it was a good move.
Blame him.
Yeah. Do we just bet Brock Bowers 10+ receptions every game going forward now?
Everyone 10+ catches, 2+ TDs. And if they throw to anybody else, they're ignorant.
Yeah. I keep thinking of how much cooler would the trades have been for the Cowboys yesterday had they won on Monday night.
Yeah, that would have been good if you just beat the fucking Cardinals with a backup quarterback, you bums.
Yeah.
God.
Any other? I think that was kind of all the major trades, right?
I believe so. Yeah, that's all the ones that I saw there.
Yeah. It was interesting. Usually trade deadline is all hype and nothing happens. And yesterday we actually had a couple stories to talk about. So I think I don't really dislike any of the trades. You can argue value, you can argue whatnot. But I think if you're looking from the team's perspective, like the Colts, they think they're all in. They think they got a squad to make a run for the next couple seasons. So I don't blame them. If you believe that, I'm not saying I believe that about them, but if you as an organization believe that, then I think go give up what you have to give up to get the guys you want.
Yeah, I agree. I still think the Colts gave away too much. I do.
So what's today's play? Thank you for Cricket for that over hit.
Yes, sir, Blue. You're welcome. Little 3-unit booyah. We'll look at all that next hour, man, when we get to Creek's Corner and stuff.
We will. I want to get to, because we got a lot to talk about today. So that's the NFL trade deadline. Good stuff there. I want to get into this, Crick.
Let's get into it, bro. I'll talk this shit. I ain't even that pissed off this morning. I mean, how could I be? I ain't going to be no more pissed off than I was on Sunday.
All right. The College Football Playoff Committee released their first rankings of the season. Now, we always get excited for this, and I don't know why, because we know this is going to change dramatically, by a month from now when the official one is in. But at least it gives us something to talk about and kind of see where the committee is thinking. You have Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Texas A&M 3, Alabama 4. Those are your teams that are projected to get buys. Then we get into the rest of the teams. Your 5 seeds, Georgia, and they'd be playing Memphis. Your 12 seed, Texas Tech, your 8 seed, would be hosting Oregon. Ole Miss is your 6 seed, hosting Virginia. And BYU is currently your 7 seed, hosting Notre Dame. Can we get Notre Dame out of here? I just want them to lose so we can just get them out of here.
I've been telling y'all since week 3 when they were 0-2 and everything. I told you that team is making the playoffs. That is a good football team. That team should have beat you, number 3 team. Had them, but they didn't. Dead to rights if the fucking holder could hold the damn ball.
But they didn't.
They didn't. But they're gonna they might get another shot at it. And I promise you, if Notre Dame plays Texas A&M,
I think it pisses me off. Notre Dame somehow always finds a way to get in, and then they always get a favorable matchup, dude.
They've got, you know what I mean? 2 losses by combined 4 points.
You got 2 losses,
but there's going to be 2 lost teams in there, man. You can look at BYU.
I want to see their impressive wins.
BYU and Texas Tech are playing this weekend, so one of them, that's an essential elimination game right there.
The game that I wish, if I could pick one of these matchups to stay the same. Give me Texas Tech versus Oregon. Inject that into my veins, please. That would be fun. That would be a fun matchup, right?
That would be a fun matchup. I don't think it's going to wind up happening, though. Seeing what we've got left, and once again, Texas Tech beats BYU this week. They're going to jump up some. If they lose to BYU, they're going to fall out. So, I mean, in Oregon, I'm not sold on that team yet, man. I'm just not. I need to see what they do at Iowa this week. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but Iowa's always a weird place to go play. Even Indiana struggled there. That's been their lowest win of the season. as far as point total goes there. But I'm not sold on Oregon just yet. And bold take, I think Oregon could wind up on the outside looking in.
Well, let's take a look at who they got left. They're not going to be in the Big Ten championship, which I would argue is a good thing if you're trying to squeak into the playoffs now.
100%. Look at Ohio State last year. You get to take that extra week off, get all your guys shored up and healthy and everything, and you go on a 4 or 5 game run like a machine.
I think if Oregon wins out, they'll end up being the 5 or 6 seed, because here's who they have left. That at number 20 ranked Iowa, that would be a good win, top 25 win.
Yep.
Home against Minnesota, that's going to be a winner.
Yep.
And then they got 2 teams that currently are ranked in the top 25 left. They're home against USC, and then they're at Washington. So they have, if they win out, that would be 3 wins against currently top 25 ranked teams. So I think that would push them up to 5 or 6.
That would push them up if they win all those. I don't think they're winning all those. I think they lose at Washington last game of the season.
Maybe. I don't know.
That could be one of those things at that time. I don't know. Oregon is one of those media darling type teams, and they, if they can get them in there, they're going to get them in there. I think
if they beat Iowa and USC, and even if they somehow do lose at Washington in a close game, they'd still get in. They'd only have 2 losses. They'd have enough top 25 wins on the season. I think they would still be in. I mean, you got Notre Dame in there with 2 losses. How can you not make the argument for Oregon? Playing in one of the better conferences.
A lot of time in this stuff, it's about when you lose too. And the only thing is they're going to see a Notre Dame, a 10-game winning streak there. And then if Oregon loses the last week of the season, it's going to depend on how they lose. Do you lose on a last-second field goal or a last-second drive or something like that? Or do you get dominated in the game? And if you get
what I'm saying. Yeah, it had to be a close game. I mean, it would be on the road, so I think that would help them if they lost on the road,
Yeah.
The thing is, I think a lot of these teams are going to be 2 loss. I think there's going to be I think there's going to be a 3-loss team that's going to squeak in. So I don't think so.
If you got 3 losses, you got no business in there. Hell with that.
Normally I would say yes, I would agree with that, but I think this year there's going to be so many 2-loss and 3-loss teams. I don't think anyone really is going to stick around. There's only going to be a handful of those teams that only have 1 loss.
A 2-loss Georgia Tech team deserves to be in there over any of the 3-loss teams, including my Volunteers.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good argument. We forgot to say the 2 teams on the outside looking in is, of course, Texas and Oklahoma.
God almighty, we've still got Texas. As awful as they've been, I fucking hate that team. And as awful as they've been, they're going to fool around and fucking find out a way to get in here.
If they went out, they deserve to be in.
If they do, because they'll have a win over Texas A&M at that point and stuff too.
And a win over
over Georgia. Yeah. So, yeah, they would deserve to be in then. I don't think they're winning both those games, though. I think they're beating
I don't think they are either. So, I mean, that will take care of itself. Who does Oklahoma have left? I think Oklahoma, if they win out, I don't know who they have currently. I'm trying to look.
I think Oklahoma's a good football team.
I think they are. I think you can make the excuse, like, if they went out, it would be because they all of a sudden they had the issue with their quarterback, got injured in the middle of the season. Now, if they went out, it's because he's healthy now and they got back on track. Because at the beginning of the season, they looked like they were going to be a top 5 team.
Yeah, and in ordinary part, yes, Texas did beat Oklahoma. We had them in that one, but usually the team that's ranked lower in that damn game wins it anyway. And that was the first game back for Mateer, and he'd only been 17 days off surgery on his throwing hand at that. So,
and that Oklahoma defense is a top 5 defense.
It is a good defense, man. I'll tell you, you hold that Tennessee team to 26 points last week and are able to, force the turnovers you did and stuff like that. That's a good defense.
And here's who Oklahoma has left. If they win these 3 games, there's no way they're left out. They're at Alabama next weekend, home against Missouri, and home against LSU.
Yeah, you win all those, you're in. Yeah. I don't think you are, but you win all those, you're in.
Yeah.
It's hard to go to Tuscaloosa.
I guess we should just be rooting for Alabama and Georgia, because if Georgia can beat Texas and Alabama can beat Oklahoma, then we don't have to worry about this conversation, this argument.
And that makes me want to throw up in my mouth. I can either root for Texas and Oklahoma or Alabama and Georgia.
Hey.
Over here and bang my head in the wall.
Ornery old fart says Oklahoma QB sucks. Hey, he a Coug. Easy now.
He don't suck, man. He don't suck. He's just been recovering from that hand stuff and everything, and he don't have to do a whole lot because that defense is so good. He doesn't have to go above and beyond.
Texas is plus 175 to make the playoffs. Oklahoma plus 350. Yeah, I mean, I think those odds are right because of who they got left.
What up, Haste?
Yeah, Sark is cursed. Yeah, he might be.
Sark, man, that guy gets on my fucking nerves.
Is there anything in here that
I think Virginia's fraudulent, man. I've kind of liked the team all year long, but I've been looking back at their schedule, and they have a really, really soft schedule. The only team that they beat worth any count, and I don't even think they're worth any count anymore, but it looked good at the time, was that Florida State win when they were number 8 in the country. And you look at the schedule they got left. They got a soft-ass schedule, and they're probably going to wind up getting in. Whoever Virginia plays, if they get in, whoever they play in the first round, we are going to hammer, because I do not think that Virginia team is that good. I really don't. I've looked back and I've kind of dove through it, and we were higher on them coming into the season. And hell, that part's worked out because they're sitting there at 8-1, could be 9-0 right now. But their last 4 games are by combined 16 points in those wins, and they're not against good teams.
And my Cougs almost beat them.
That's what I'm saying. They beat them by They beat them with a walk-off safety. They beat North Carolina by stopping a 2-point conversion in overtime. They had to get a pick 6 late in the game to beat Cal by 10 and cover last week. And the week before that was some other cupcake that they barely got by. So
Ole Miss looks like they're going to be in. They have Citadel this week. Then they're home against Florida and at Mississippi State. They should have went out and be in.
Who was that? Oh, Ole Miss, yeah. They should. Now, that's a good team. That was a big win for them going on the road at Oklahoma in the bounce back spot after blowing in Georgia. And hell, if you look at it, they dominated Georgia for 3/4 of that damn game on the road. At that Vandy, we're going to take care of Vandy on Earl Park because Tennessee is going to beat them last game of the season because we are big brother.
Yeah, I don't really have any problem with these rankings. I'm glad that we're not going to give Memphis a first round bye and stuff like we did last year. That we got.
We don't even have. I'm sorry. But if there's not a group of 5 team ranked in the top 25, then you do not deserve to be in the playoff. I'm all about letting the little guy get his shot and David versus Goliath and all that shit. But if you don't have a group of 5 team ranked in the top 25 in the country, you don't deserve to be in a playoff that includes the top 12 teams. If you're sitting there at 17 or 18, I can live with it, bumping it up because we want to give you a shot at it because we've seen some crazy upsets in the past. But if you're not even in the top 25, why can't we on those years plug one of those teams in and actually deserve it so we can get some good football? Georgia beat Memphis by 4 touchdowns.
They're currently ranked 22.
Oh, I was reading a thing today. The article this morning said they weren't even ranked.
Maybe the committee ranked them.
Let's see what it says.
Right now, I'm looking at.
No, but it said the committee. Let me look at the rank. Hold on. Let me pull this up because the playoff rankings, the CFP rankings, and the AP are different. And they don't always go off of that. And I don't even think they rank.
They go, but for the football playoff, it goes based off of the committee rankings.
I understand that. And if you can't put that team in the top 25, how the hell do they deserve to be in the top 12?
Well, if they win out, they'll be a top 25 team. I mean, they have Tulane this week. That'll be a big win.
You got them at home, and it's fucking Tulane, who just got boat raced by God Bless Birds Up.
And then they're at East Carolina, and they're home against Navy, and then whoever their championship game will be against. They'll be a top 25 team if they win out. But I agree with you. I think you're right. 24? You're not ranked.
I mean, who did you say they got left? They've got. And, well, here's the thing. One of these teams is going to wind up squeaking in the top 25 because they're going to have to play in that AAC championship. It's probably going to be like Memphis versus South Florida. So they'll try to edge those teams where they're right at the cusp of the top 25, and whoever wins that game will wind up sliding in. But I'm sorry. I mean, I think there's got to be some kind of rule set in this. I'm all about the group of 5 getting in. But if we got a year like this year where there's no group of 5 team that even has a prayer at beating one of these other teams because they can't even get into the top 25 of the CFP's original rankings, I'm sorry. Give me a break, man. But this shit's stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but they're going to get in. We're just going to accept it.
Somebody's getting in. There's the way it's written. It doesn't matter. There's one of those group of 5 teams that's going to be in that 12 spot, and none of them deserve it this year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that happens. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can bitch enough on here. I feel like we bitched enough last year to get them to change the top 4 ranked conference champions getting the bye. At least now we get the top 4 teams getting the bye instead of teams like Boise State and Arizona State sliding in there and getting a free pass to the quarterfinals.
You know what gets real interesting? That top 4.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do if Alabama and Texas A&M both lose.
One of them's got to. They're going to play an SEC championship game.
Yeah, but I mean, if they play each other in the SEC championship game, you could see the winner getting the 2 seed and potentially the loser if it's a close game. Like if A&M remains undefeated and Alabama remains with 1 loss, Alabama beats A&M in the SEC championship, you could see A&M still being a 4 seed.
I think the Big 12 champion will wind up jumping them in that spot based off of what their resume would say at that point, especially a team like Texas Tech gets a win this week at home against number 7 BYU. That bolsters the resume. And you go on, you're going to have to beat another top 15 team in the Big 12 championship game. I'd have to look at the rest of their schedule down the stretch too, but you're going to have to beat another top 15 team. And so I think at that point in time, whoever loses that game SEC, and it'll be the same day that the team won the Big 12 championship, I think you'll see them flip-flop. I think the 4 seed will wind up being the Big 12 champion.
How do you feel about the current line? There's lines up for Ohio State versus Indiana in the Big Ten championship. Ohio State 3-point favorite, 3.5-point favorite.
I'd be careful with that. I said all along that if it winds up being Ohio State, I thought they'll set it north of a touchdown to try to beg you to take Indiana. But if they got it around that 3.5 mark, it kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I have to watch it.
What's up, Shooter? He says, morning blue. Okay. Yeah. I'm not really mad at these rankings. I think they got it right. I think it's pretty solid.
I'm not upset with these for what we've seen right now. Once again, we can talk about these every damn week from now till December 10th or whatever. It ain't gonna look nothing like that.
No, it's not.
I'd like to go back and look at the show from last year when we talked about the first rankings and see what it looked like then and what we said then, and just look at how it turned out. It's probably nothing similar to what we said.
I want to know who gets in if Virginia loses, BYU loses, and Oklahoma and Texas lose. Like who's gonna those who's gonna squeak in?
Let's see who's on the next one. Let's see. You could see a team like Louisville. Vandy's got if Vandy wins out and Vandy goes on the road and wins at Tennessee, that'd be another good win for them. They'd be sitting there at 10-2, right on the outside looking in. Georgia Tech is another team at 17 that could still win the ACC and get in automatically. And I think that's more likely to
win the ACC.
Virginia, Georgia Tech.
Can Miami still win
the one loss? It would be. I don't even think so, man, because they're sitting there at 2-2, and you've got too many teams sitting there. You got, I think, one team 5-0, 2 teams 5-1, and another team that's 4-1. So it'd be really hard for Miami to even. I don't even know if it's mathematically possible. But you see teams like Georgia Tech and Louisville. Georgia Tech gets Virginia at home in a couple weeks, so that's kind of essentially a playoff game right there. Because whoever loses that is not going to have a chance to recover and get back in because it'll eliminate them for the ACC championship game, and they'll have that other loss right there, and it's too late in the season to recover from that. So
yeah, Miami would have to jump Duke, SMU, Louisville, and Pittsburgh, plus one of either Virginia or Georgia Tech.
And I'm telling you, I like that team of you right now. There's a team sitting down there at 24 in Pittsburgh that could wind up getting an automatic bid in this thing. And you could probably get some really good money on them to make the playoff right now, especially over on like Kalshi. I would definitely look at Pittsburgh right now because that is the team that I think is going to win the ACC when it's all said and done.
Let's see. College football playoff. Let me see. College football playoff qualifiers. So, of course, this is a betting show, so we got to look. South Florida is at 29%. I mean, if they beat Memphis, they'd get the automatic. Miami is at 7%, so I guess there is still a mathematical chance that they could get in.
There is there's a chance, but it would have to be as an at-large.
Ooh, you're right. Pitt, 14%.
I'm telling you, dude.
You get a little 6-1 action on them, over 6-1 action for them to make the playoff.
Buy that right now because they get Miami at home the last game of the season.
Let's see, Pittsburgh College football. Let's see, is that who they got remaining? They've got. Oh no, don't buy them. They're 28-point dogs this week to Notre Dame or next week.
That doesn't matter in the ACC, though.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that they're going to win the ACC and get in as an automatic bid. I don't think they're going to beat Notre Dame this week. I don't.
Next week.
next week, whenever it is. I think they got to be a bye. But I don't think
yeah, here's who they got left. So they got to face Notre Dame. Like you said, doesn't matter.
I lied
At
to you.
Georgia
It's not,
Tech.
I lied to you. It's not Virginia at Georgia Tech. Virginia don't have anything left on the schedule.
Yeah,
It's
Virginia's
Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech. So that's essentially a college football playoff game with Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech right there because the loser's out.
But then Pitt has to beat Miami the following week.
I've been saying that for a month now that I thought that they were going to.
I feel like instead of taking the 14%, you just take Pitt on the money line at Georgia Tech, and then if that wins, you roll it over into Pitt money line because they'll be an underdog home against Miami.
Unless they go on the road and dominate Georgia Tech.
I still think they will be, just based off of power ratings right now and where the public money will come in on.
And especially if they, it's not, they do get Notre Dame at home. They do get them at home.
You're right. That one doesn't matter for the ACC championship.
It doesn't matter, but I'm saying if you win that one, though, talk about resume bolster.
Anyone know if Calci has top point score for NBA? As of right now, they don't, but they have shown they will add markets as the season goes on.
They'll adjust. Hell, they started doing that in the college football stuff. They had that within like week to week. They were giving us all kinds of new stuff. And people doing it right, man.
Well, that is the college football playoff first projected 12-team bracket. This will change, of course. I got no problems with where everything's at right now. It's going to be an interesting month. Boom.
It is indeed, sir. It is indeed. A lot of big matchups coming up.
A lot of big matchups. You know where else we have a lot of big matchups?
Where, man?
Over in Jai-Alai. We're going to talk a little highlight right now, and then we're going to get into the Trench Report because the Trench Report is very interesting this week. There's a play on there that I liked that was disgusting, and I'm so glad the Trench Report backs up my gut feeling. So stick around. We're gonna talk a little highlight, then we're gonna get into a little NFL Week 10. But the Chargers take down the Fireballs 4-2 yesterday. How about that?
Huge win for the Chargers.
Huge.
Absolutely huge.
Jetta and Bradley got it done 2-0 over Joseph and Cabrera.
Look at Eacher, B-Day, and Arta. I'm pretty sure I said Lalu and Arats 2-0, and they just got smoked.
And they said, oh, yeah, Crick, take this.
Get you some of that. That's fair.
That would have been a huge, huge plus money.
You probably got 5-1 or better.
On 2-0? Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. They ate their Wheaties yesterday. And then Joseph and Ikeda defeated Jedin and Arta.
I'm pretty sure I called that one in 3.
Mm-hmm. Then they had to forfeit the Division 1 matchup. That was kind of a bummer yesterday. That was going to be a great match.
What happened?
I think an injury. I can't remember what the email said. Something like that. So they had to pull out.
God, so they could have won this thing worse than they did.
Uh-huh. Eacher, B-Day, and Bradley end up defeating Lalu and Ikeda. Lalu did not have a good day yesterday.
No, he didn't. But look at our guy Bradley showing up in a big-time game, man. Let's go, baby.
Eacher, B-Day had himself a day. Look at that, though. We might watch this match on Saturday when we do our highlight coverage because this thing came down to the final point. Man, we might watch that third set.
Those are fun. That's what you did. Watch the third set and stuff. Those are fun, man. 6-4, 6-4, and then a 6-5 right there. Maximum.
Dude, I like it when it comes down to the last point in the third set because sometimes when it goes to the third set, like you could have it like 6-5, 6-5, and then sometimes you'll see the third set be like 6-1, and it's like, damn it! Like
if I'm ever watching a match that I bet on, it is for sure going to be 6-5 somebody in the third set. They're going to make me sweat that thing all the way down.
She says it's been on no vig odds better than Hard Rock most times. I'll try Calci if you have any problems. Let me know. Let's see anyone.
Any promos? Any promos?
Oh, promos. Let me know. For Calci, I'll send you an invite. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, dude. Calci's a good stuff shooter. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. I love Calci.
Yeah, and look, and you can check it. Check the odds on there with your book and stuff like that. A lot of times on Calci, you're going to get a little bit better value on your money for the same bet, man. So pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, there's my Calci link. Use that. We'll both get $10.
We need to talk to Calci about getting some World Highlight League action, baby.
Ooh, we should. We should.
People bet on everything, man.
And then Zulaka and Arda get the win over Urruti and Cabrera in 3 sets. That was a good one.
That was a good one right there, man. It's a good highlight in this thing last night.
Big
win for the Chargers. You had to have it.
Yeah, we'll see where they sit at the standings now. They're back in the mix now. I mean, that now the Fireballs are on the outside looking in for the playoffs. Chargers control their own destiny.
Straight up, that's all you can ever ask for. Win now. I mean, like I said, at least you don't lose, and you'll be in that thing.
Yep.
You can even go with a tie in some of these spots.
Sure can. The Warriors and Cyclones go at it today. Big matchup for both of these squads. More so for the Warriors, they need a win. Cyclones, not that you want to lose, they could afford a loss and still be in the mix. They've been the best team all season so far, at least in the standings. But tonight we have Julian taking on Unda to start things off.
Going my guy, Julian, 2-0.
Ooh, okay. Douglas and Manny, shout out to Douglas, friend of the show. Taking on Hyro and Manu. Ooh. I think Douglas and Manny will be at like a -140 favorite in that one. But don't sleep on Hyro and Manu.
That's what I'm saying. If you got plus money on Hyro and Manu, you take Hyro and Manu on the money line.
Best bet this match to go 3 sets. You get
I like
plus
that.
money on it. You get plus money on it.
It would surprise me to see anybody get swept in that thing.
Yeah. I mean, this is like you were saying, we're pretty much in playoff highlight right now. All these matches are like playoff.
Especially matches for the Warriors. The Warriors playoff starts today.
Gaio and Robin. Robin's being subbed in, so Gaio's probably a pretty big favorite in that one.
Yeah, you probably look. I don't know though, man. You see a lot of these guys, these subs coming in, like my guy Joseph, trying to earn their stripes and prove that they belong and everything like that. So you see some of these guys come in hungry, man. I'll tell you what, that almost going 3 sets, man.
I was gonna say, if you want a plus money bet on that one, but you don't feel comfortable with the dog, just bet it to go 3 sets. Or if you want plus money, bet Gaio to win 2-1.
Yep, I like that.
Correa and Julian taking on Hyro and Stan.
I don't bet against Correa and Julian.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll probably go with Correa and Julian on that one. Maybe a 2-0 action there.
Yep, I don't bet against them.
Oh, the Division 1 doubles match. I'm looking forward to this one. Alex and Douglas taking on Inaki and Manu. Give me Alex and Douglas.
Yep. I think Hyro and Manu wind up getting Douglas early on in 3 sets when he's with Manny. And I think Douglas come back with Alex, man, and gets the win in this one.
And we got Manny and Gaio versus Robin and Unda. It's probably going to be the Warriors are probably going to be massive favorites today, but I think the Warriors win today based off these matchups.
Yep. Well,
I wouldn't be shocked if they win 5-1.
Really?
I don't think you can bet the exact outcome, but yeah, I think it's a 4-2 or 5-1.
I could see that, especially with their backs against the wall, man. Because if you lose this one, you're done. It's all over the crying.
And Cyclones have some subs in today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, they know they can kind of coast along. They're going to what y'all don't know is of these 6 teams, 4 of them will make the playoffs. It's been kind of a log jam around that 4 spot right there. But the Warriors are slowly seeing it slip away, and they have to win today. And the Cyclones have been up near the top, like Will said, all season long. So they're sitting there. They can afford a loss in this spot. But the Warriors are actually sitting there at 5. I was thinking the Warriors were the Devils, man. The Warriors are actually in a good spot. It's not necessarily a must win for them as I thought it was.
But if they win, they'll be the 1 seed.
Yeah. So this is actually a big time match today, man. The Devils, who I was thinking of down there at the bottom. But
the Devils are tomorrow.
It's still a big time match, man. Now that even more seeing that right there, I feel like the Warriors are going to show up today, man. Douglas is the number 1 American highlight player in the world, captain of that team and all that stuff. And I do think the Warriors show up today.
The big match is tomorrow. Renegades and Devils.
That is a
Renegade. So if
Devils, especially.
If the Warriors win today, the Renegades will be only a half point behind them, and the Renegades win tomorrow, they'll be back at top. Like the reason why they're the betting favorites most of the season. But the Devils, if they get a win, this is going to be so close.
I love the new scoring, dude. I love the way they've done this and keeping it because when we first started doing this a couple years ago, and the scoring was different early on, you wind up having about this point in the season where you pretty much already knew who the playoff teams were going to be because it was such a big gap between that 4th and 5th team that the other team was almost mathematically eliminated. And now you've got this new scoring system, and it keeps this stuff exciting and close all season long.
Exactly. You can bet this over on DraftKings Sportsbook, or if you're in the state of Florida, you can bet at Hard Rock Bet. You go over to A to Z Sports, right below hockey's World Highlight League. Click on that. And there you have the Cyclones right there, plus 275 favorites to win the whole thing. Renegades right behind. I think it's a good time to get value on the Renegades because there's a chance they, like I said, Warriors win today, Renegades win tomorrow. Renegades will be the 1 seed, and you'll be seeing the Renegades at probably plus 200 to win the whole thing. So, if you like the Renegades, take them down.
The Renegades have the best highlight player walking on this rock too,
and they're the defending champs.
Champs till they ain't, baby. This stuff starts at 5 it's Tuesday through Friday, y'all. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. On Friday, it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You'll have more odds up there next to the little champion thing. You'll have more odds up there about 3 hours before. So look around 2 Eastern time today, and you'll be able to have different stuff. You can bet on the match. You can bet on individual matches. You can bet on the whole match, all kinds of stuff. Man, you'll have a lot of different options about 3 hours before.
Yep. Follow me on X at GameOn_picks. If you want some plus money winners today, I will put those out today. But we have tonight, Warriors recycling 5 p.m. Eastern. Like Crick said, you can watch it on ESPN3, FUBO TV, or their YouTube channel. Links to their website and their YouTube channel and all their stuff is in the description of the stream. Go check out the World Highlight League.
Booyah.
Booyah. Crick, Trench Report's out.
Trench
You know what's nice, too? We can get the full report doesn't release until 6, or I guess 9 your time, 9 Eastern.
Okay.
And I have a few extra minutes today, so we can actually take a look at that when it drops.
Let's do it, man.
Here's the here's their podcast and show topics and whatnot. Everything that they talked about. We forgot to talk about this. Trevor Penning. The Chargers traded for an offensive lineman. Good move. They need help.
They needed that. Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna matter like this week, but by the time if the Chargers do squeak into the playoffs, that'll be a big move for them.
I don't think it's a bad bet to put the no on them.
Other news, I forgot to talk about this. Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, I like that at 2-1. The no.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Gannon reversed course and came out and named Jacoby Brissett as their starter going forward. Kyler Murray, I think this is just an excuse, but they're saying that the doctors recommend 6 to 8 more weeks. He might be done for the season.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
His foot.
Whatever, that guy ain't any good.
Yeah. I think, listen, if you're trying to win games, you go with Jacoby Brissett. I don't know why you're trying to win games, but if you are, you go with Jacoby Brissett because he's better right now.
Agreed. I agree. Grass guy said that earlier. I agree.
But you have to remember this. This is how bad the Dallas's defense is. Jacoby Brissett was our starter to start the season last year, and we replaced him with Drake May.
Well, Drake May's great, dude. He's good.
Yeah, I know, but he was a rookie at the time. You know what I mean? Like, it just shows like Jacoby Brissett's a good quarterback. He's not all that great.
Yeah, he's a solid.
Embarrassed that Cowboys defense.
He's a solid backup. He's good to have in a pinch, but you don't want to have to know you got to go out there every week with Jacoby Brissett as your starting quarterback.
My favorite new analogy is the backup quarterbacks. There's a handful of them in the league that you would love. We always say this. You want them for like 2 games and that's it. Your Gardner Minshew's, your Jacoby Brissett,
Marcus Mariota's,
Mac Jones. You want them for 2 games, right?
2 games, you got to play 2, maybe 3. Yeah.
It's like refrigerated Chinese food, leftover Chinese food. 2 days. 2 days in the fridge. It's
great. Any more than that, it's bad stuff.
We get to 2 weeks and now we're gambling.
That is the best analogy I've ever heard when talking about backup quarterbacks. It is like refrigerated Chinese food. Well said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Well,
Trench
said.
Report's out. You know what? The Trench Report. So the Trench Report, we've been following it since about week 5. Here's what the Trench Report's really good at. Really good at telling you who has an edge to win straight up. Which, I mean, a lot of them, well, to be fair, are big favorites because I mean, when you get a Green Bay versus Cincinnati, or it's just like, yeah, of course this team has a huge edge against a terrible team. That's not, and they're probably an 8-point favorite or something like that. Not a big shock, not sexy to bet them on the money line, but it does make you feel better for Survivor and stuff like that. But what it also is really good at is picking running back props. If you the last 2 weeks just followed the teams that had the top 5 rushing edges, you're 9-1 with that the starting running back going over the rushing yards.
Damn.
Yeah.
That would pay well.
Yeah.
Really
so
well.
I would look at these more for props than anything, and maybe some money line parlays if you're looking for it. But ATS, it's tough against the spread. Because everyone knows the spread accounts for these mismatches already. This is not like this is secret news or anything like that.
Yeah.
But your number one mismatch this week, and it's the Broncos are a trench report darling because they have an incredible defense, incredible line. They're always going to be in the top 5 of the trench report, especially when they're going up against someone like the Raiders. But yes, I like the Broncos tomorrow night against the Raiders, and I'm going to use them for my Survivor pick.
They say it's elite run blocking. How come none of them damn running backs for the Broncos are ever getting any yards then?
I don't know. I mean, I think RJ Harvey went over last week.
I mean, over what? 42.5 yards?
I mean, that's where the line's at,
I'm just saying, for elite run blocking, I don't think either one of these running backs has a 100-yard game this year. But I think J.K. Dobbins might have got one way early on. I don't know.
But it's not telling you that it's they're going to have 100 yards. It's just telling you like it's going to go over their projection.
What up, Ken? How you doing over there on YouTube side? Yeah, I'm with you.
Ken? Dallas Cowboys season's not over. It's not playoff yet.
Good luck to you, man.
Oh man. But yeah, I like the Broncos over the Raiders, but that's not like saying much. But I really like that. They got rid of Jacoby Myers. Now that Broncos defense just has to focus on Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. Right. Oh no, I tried not to chuckle when I said it.
Dude, not without even looking at the trench report, I already like the Broncos because of that stat about teams who play in overtime that have to go on the road on Thursday night. Raiders defense was.
You can have all of that shit. I like the Broncos because I've watched the Broncos and the Raiders play football this year, and I know who's fucking better.
That too. Also, think about this. That defense for the Raiders was on the field for 77 snaps, and now short week, and they have to go to altitude.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to get waxed.
I don't know if I'm going to lay the 9.5 with them or not, but I'm definitely picking them for Survivor. Next one is this one is interesting because I was thinking about taking the Dolphins with the points this week, and I might stay away from that now because the Bills the Bills team total is set at 30.5.
In what game? Who are they playing?
The Dolphins.
Well, shit, it ought to be set at 60.5.
I know, but that's scary, dude. That is scary.
Yeah, division game. The Dolphins suck so bad that they could just actually be in this game.
Bills in Miami. People don't realize this. The Bills and Dolphins are actual rivals. Like they bigger than with the Patriots. Like they hate each other.
They do.
I
don't know why the Bills just beat up.
I don't know. I mean, the Bills, they had that big win over the Panthers. Then they had a big win last week against Kansas City. And that feels like a flat spot, but the trench report says no.
Yeah. I got to be careful. I keep looking for these Bills flat spots, and I am 0 for 3.
Yeah. I might just stay away from that game.
Yeah, I think that's probably the play there. What is the line on that one?
Well, I don't know. After
here, I'll pull it up.
Moves and stuff. It was around 9, I think.
Let's see what do we got here. We got
8.5 yesterday.
Minus 9.5.
Okay. Yeah. You just don't know what you're going to get from Miami. No one wants to be there.
Maybe just bet the over.
I think if you like the over, you just bet the Bills team total over.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This is the one that I was excited to see on here because I was thinking about it because it was so gross. Steelers at the Chargers. Chargers are currently 3-point favorites. Steelers have a trench report edge. Their number 2 pass rush is favorable over LA's struggling pass protection. It's a gross pick, but I think I'm going to take the 3 points with the Steelers.
I was like, when is this game? It's Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
Dude, it does feel gross, but I don't hate it.
The Chargers, I mean, look, Joe Alt has missed some time this season, and the time he's out, that pass protection stats are not great.
And Justin Herbert does not perform very well under pressure.
No. I do like Herbert over his rushing yards again.
Oh, my God. Did this just happen?
What?
My dad just texted me, and it says, Brian Kelly, next head coach of the Gators, 10-year deal worth $11 million a year.
Really?
I have to double check it. I'll have to stat check that. I don't know. Pops will get in on a little clickbait sometimes every now and then, so I got to make sure and fact check that. I ain't seeing anything on ESPN right now, but he just texted me and told me that, so could be. If that's the case, if you're Florida, you're idiots. You learn anything from what LSU and Notre Dame just did? You watching any football out there anywhere, Florida? God, I hope
I'm not seeing anything on X.
I haven't seen anything yet either. Like I said, Papa Cricket will get hooked into some clickbait here and there. So I got to double check and make sure. And I feel like that would be big news popping up.
The thing that it's not that wouldn't surprise me that they would hire him. What would surprise me, a 10-year deal worth $11 million a year.
Well, I'm saying you didn't learn anything. That man's already collecting 31 cents a second from the state of Louisiana. Surely, like I said, I have to double check it and see, but I haven't seen it announced yet.
Yeah,
that would be so foolish if you're Florida.
I don't know. This is real, but this is interesting. Nate Diaz. So the guy pulled out of the Jake Paul fight, so they're looking for someone to step in. Nate Diaz says he accepted.
I hope Nate Diaz beats his fucking ass. I hope he beats him to a pulp.
I love just watching Nate Diaz, even if he loses a lot, but I just love the attitude.
I could hang out with that guy in the bar and take shots of whiskey. Not even Jaeger. We're taking whiskey shots with Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Might even be Everclear.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that Brian Kelly, so
I haven't seen it yet, so we'll have to hold the phone on that. We'll double check.
Let me see. I was checking X. Usually they're pretty good at that, but let's see. Brian Kelly. No, there's nothing on Google about it either. It would be on Google right now.
We'll double check that. I would think that would be crazy amount of money to give that fucking idiot.
Papa Crick got again.
He'll give me something. I told him one day I had to check one the other day, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you some things, man. We're gonna figure out. We got to make sure we got trusted sources laying this stuff out." Maybe I should just start doing that. Maybe I'm just going to start putting up the worst clickbait and stuff like that. James Franklin, new head coach of the Cowboys.
Okay, back to the trench report. So yeah, Steelers at Chargers. That looks like a good one. Maybe if you're looking for an underdog, money line underdog, Steelers might be a live dog here. Trench report's really good at finding these like small dogs to win outright.
I feel like that line's weirdly low too, almost like they're begging you to. I feel like it should be more around like the 4.5, maybe even to 5.5 mark. And now you've got it sitting at 3 right there. It almost feels like you got a good spot for the Chargers. Like, oh man, we got the field goal here. Yeah, we'll see. I kind of like the Steelers too.
Rams over the 49ers. I already like the Rams. This makes me feel better about laying the points at them.
Yeah, I like the Rams too. That's a good football team.
It was just a fluky Thursday night football game that they played last month.
Oh, they're about to hammer them too. This is a revenge spot. They're about to hammer
revenge spot, and the Niners have only gotten more injured.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you had the Niners who won that game straight up, all banged up, and now they're going to be catching 3.5 points north of a.
They had Fred Warner in that game, and they don't got him this time.
They don't have him this time. And that's a big deal there. And they didn't make any big time moves yesterday to bolster that defense with all the injuries they got. And now you got the Rams who got beat at home. And now they're going on the road favored by north of a field goal. Yeah, I like the Rams a lot.
This might be a good spot for Kyron Williams because the LA grades is the number 1 run blocking unit this week. So, which makes sense. I mean, you can run all over that Niners defense, even when Fred Warner was there. So good spot, maybe Kyron Williams over, maybe 100 plus. Get you some good plus money on that.
My dad just texted me and he said, "My bad. I tried to get some fucked up content." You go, Papa Cricket. Remember, we got to check them sources, brother.
This one's interesting. Seahawks over the Cardinals. They're the number 5 mismatch this week. I don't know if I'm going to lay the points to the Seahawks because division game, touchdown. I don't really want to do it, but this makes me more comfortable taking Seahawks in like a money line parlay.
Yeah, I don't hate that. But I mean that's 6.5. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be a stay away from me. I don't know what I'm getting out of Arizona.
Yeah.
Seattle plays.
They have a huge run blocking edge, but I just don't know which running back is going to be the one that goes off.
Yeah, and I would hammer Seattle if they were on the road. But the fact they're at home, they just don't play as good at home as they have on the road.
No, I know. It's crazy.
It's weird, man.
It's crazy.
They lit the Redskins up the other night. They absolutely.
I'll tell you what, too. This Cardinals Seahawks match is always a funky one, too. If anything, I look at the under in this one. There's always some weird. I remember one year
just scored
back when I was in
38?
college.
Go ahead.
I was in college, I think, when I think the Seahawks were down in Arizona. No, Arizona was up in Seattle. And I swear the game was, I think it ended 12-9. And it was all field goals.
Yes, I remember that game. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I threw up twice in my mouth during that one. I do
just
remember
all
that game.
field goals.
Just
and I think Arizona won that one, 12-9.
I think they did too. Oh my God. And the Seahawks just put up 38 last week.
Yeah.
You expect a regression back to the mean. Yeah, I like the under in that game too.
Any injury update on Puka? I think he just had like a little rib like he landed on the ball, maybe got the wind knocked out of him, a little rib injury.
They called it a chest injury, but yeah, he just landed on the football and they were in control.
I think he just took him out and said, "We don't need you for the rest of this game." So why
you gotta love when you got a receiver that's taken out of the game early, but he still got you 23 fantasy points.
Yeah,
what a savage.
Yeah. Other close matchups where there's underdog value. I guess it's saying Houston favors well against the Jags. I like the Jags in that one. I don't know why.
Where's that at?
I don't like the Jags. I think the Jags are terrible, but you know what I think we're due for is a terrible the Jags in the next couple weeks are going to win a game that no one thinks that they're going to win, like a good spot to fade them. Like either they're winning this Texans game or I believe they have the Chargers coming up at home. The Jaguars are home against Chargers. I think they're going to win one of those two, and people are going to be like, well, I guess we got to buy in on the Jags, and then they're going to shit the bed on a game that they should win.
Probably exactly what will happen there. It depends if CJ Stroud is playing or not.
I don't think he will be. Usually when we see these guys, especially his was a pretty good his head slammed to the ground. Usually that means when they go in concussion protocol, they at least sit one game.
Yeah, and why the fuck are the Texans favored if Davis Mills is the quarterback?
I don't know.
This feels funky.
Because it's back-to-back road games for the Jags. They just played in overtime.
Davis Mills is going to be the quarterback of this team.
Well, who's going to be the quarterback for the Jags?
Sunshine.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. He could suck too. That's fair.
Lions over the Commanders. Man. Everything tells me that Detroit is going to boat race the Commanders, but I got a weird feeling like Detroit might be in a little funk right now. I don't want to. I want to bet Detroit here and lay the points with them and ladder them up, but I'm going to stay. Right now, I'm going to stay away from that one. Because this kind of looks like maybe I'm just hurt from the Dallas stuff that I bet on Monday, but it looks like the Lions should like be pissed off. And you got old coach there, Dan Campbell, who covers 70% of games and whatnot. This feels like a bounce back spot for the Lions, but I just got a weird gut feeling that this is going to be closer than people think.
The thing about the Lions are when they're clicking on all cylinders, they can be the best team in the damn league. But when they play bad, they play really bad. You look at that game against the Vikings last week. You look at that game at the first of the season against Green Bay on the road. When they get beat and they look bad, they look disgusting, man. They don't even really have a chance in the game. But when they're firing on all cylinders, they'll win it by 3 damn touchdowns. You just don't ever know which team you're going to get from Detroit.
I think I might. This is how I should play it. Lions. I should bet Lions minus 14.5, but also bet Commanders plus 3.5. Have plus money on both sides.
I agree. I don't hate that at all. And just hope you don't fall in that 10-point middle.
Yeah, but I think it's either going to be a close game like that or it's going to be a blowout.
It's a blowout where the damn Lions win it by 3 touchdowns, or they got to scramble late to get a game-winning field goal or something.
And then the other one the transfer report's showing is the Colts Falcons. Indy are a good value bet here. I like taking the points with the Falcons.
What is that, Monday Night Football?
No, it's the Berlin game. So it's
that's right. God almighty. I fucking hate betting on these games. I never get them right.
Think about this. If this was in Indy, not in Berlin, it's saying Indy would be like an 8-point favorite. I would take the Falcons plus 8.
You got 6.5, though. You can get Indy under a touchdown right here.
Yeah, but I think everyone's expecting Indy to just bounce back after last week. The variable here is the Falcons. Weird. The Falcons either play like ass or they're freaking really good. I'll take a chance with 6.5 points.
I mean, you're probably supposed to take the 6.5 because anytime they're going over to these games, and this ain't even like a London game, it's a Berlin game. They just started these a couple years ago. Most of these guys ain't even been over there, and they're over there. They're sightseeing. They're doing different things and shit, and they're taking away from preparation for the game. So nobody looks that damn sharp. That's why all these games play fucking under. And so I think, if you're getting 6.5 with anybody, it's probably the play.
Yeah. If this was 7.5, that would tell. I'm starting. The NFL starting teaching me this. If it's 6.5, they want you to take Indy, right? They want you to take Indy. If it's 7.5, they want you to take the Falcons, and that's what you should go Indy.
I've been preaching that to y'all. Thank you for finally somebody listening, because yes, the books have certain spots where they're begging you to take a side, and if it seems too good to be true, like Indy less than a touchdown right here, it's probably too good to be true, man.
It's like 2.5 and 3.5. It's the same thing there.
That line should be north of a touchdown.
Which makes me nervous because let's get into this real quick. It makes me nervous because there is a 2.5 spot that I like, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Love the 2.5,
but everything's telling me to stay away from that. But I like. It's week 9. I'm like, what? Where's the match? I like your Bucks against my Patriots this week.
Minus 2.5.
It kind of scares me.
Well, you got a bunch of money on the Bucks, big money.
Yeah, but I'm glad that this isn't like 60% of the bets because I'm going to fade a lot of those. If
it was over 60%, I'd bet you Patriots. But
but
the Bucks
tickets are split. Yeah,
Bucks coming off a bye. I don't hate that. Less than a field goal right there.
I'm taking Baker. I'm taking Baker 300 plus passing yards. You can't run on this Patriots defense, but the Bucks are like, cool. We're just gonna. I think this is going to be an over game. I think we're just going to see a battle between Baker Mayfield and Drake May.
That'll be fun to watch, man.
It's going to be a good game.
It is. Should be like a good game, man. And I do. It is about due time for your Patriots as well as they play and everything. It's about due time. This is a tough spot on the road. You got another potential playoff team sitting there, another potential division winner. So yeah, definitely a tough spot. I've been looking for one of these on the Patriots where you figure they are. Once again, they're not going 15-2 or whatever, you know.
Dude, if they can win this game, you could just go ahead and give us the 2 seed.
Rest of the schedule pretty soft.
Oh, I mean, we have the easiest schedule in the league.
Love that.
Right next to the 49ers. But, I mean, they win this one. Home against the Jets, at the Bengals, home against the Giants, and then home against the Bills, of course, is probably what's going to be. But if we can win this Bucs game, that means all we wouldn't need to win this game unless Buffalo wins out, which we would just need Buffalo to slip up somewhere.
Which is very likely.
Yeah. Then we're at the Ravens, at the Jets, home against the Dolphins. So our toughest 2 games, really, the rest of this, I guess 3, is this one against the Bucs, home against the Bills, at the Ravens. But who knows who the Ravens are going to be?
Yeah, you have no idea. I got to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
I mean, I would take Drake May in that offense against that terrible Ravens defense. And we've seen that you can't run on this Patriots team. If that holds up, you think Lamar is gonna outduel Drake May in a shootout? I don't know. We'll have to see who the Ravens are. Fade that game. Which game, Grass Guy? Which game? Who the Bills have remaining, though? Let's take a look at that. The Bills still have to play the Bucks. Bills have to go to Pittsburgh. That's going to be. I mean, the Bills should win that one, but it's going to be interesting. But I mean, look at this. I mean, that's going to be a tough. That's a tough 3-week stretch. The Bills should be favored in all of them, but you're home against the Bucks, at the Texans. I mean, you're going up a good pass rush right there, and then at the Steelers, and they still have the Eagles at the end of the year. You get 10 a.m. football. You suck. I love 10 a.m. football. It's amazing. Game of the week, Browns at Jets. That's right. That's right. Crick's checking in on that fake news, I bet. Brian Kelly fake news. Clickbait. I'm curious what Crick thinks about this, though, when he gets back. But, I mean, yeah, if the Patriots can win this Bucks game, we wouldn't really even have to worry about. I mean, we still would want to beat Buffalo, but, God, Buffalo's going to be so pissed off in that game. I wonder what the line's going to be. I wonder if we can see. Let's take a look. Was that week 14? No, we don't have lines up yet. We don't have lines up yet. Some games to be wary of based off of betting percentages. You guys know we've been tracking this all season long. It's good to fade any team. Did you say clickbait or crickbait? Crickbait. I like that. I like that.
Did we just make a new thing?
Yeah, it's not clickbait anymore. It's crickbait.
I love that.
I want to get your opinion on this real quick. Look at this stretch. Now, the Bills should be favored in all these games. First of all, the Bucks, tough couple of weeks off the bye for the Bucks. So they play the Patriots this week, and then they have to play Buffalo at home or up in Buffalo.
Yeah, tough spot for the Bucks here. At least we did have the bye before that to get a little bit healthy.
I think if the Bucks lose to the Patriots and the Bills, that would be a good spot to buy in on them to like win the NFC or something.
Say it again.
So the Bucks lose these next 2 weeks, both games. Good spot to buy low on them. I don't think they will, but
yeah, I mean, I think you probably split those games there. So that's why you win both of those. You're not going to get any value on it. I'm still not sold that we're not a little bit fraudulent, man.
Yeah, and it's just injury too. You know, I mean, you can't keep having all those fourth quarter comebacks. You know,
that's the biggest part of it. I mean, yeah, you obviously got a team with some grit and some attitude, and they go as the quarterback goes. And we love Baker, man, but I still think those injuries are going to catch up with us over the course of an NFL season, man.
If Baker can stay healthy and Mbuka can stay healthy, I think you'll be all right.
If those two guys can, you get Mike back in a few weeks.
You can piece together everything else. How's Godwin doing? He's still healthy, right?
He's like they're still just kind of easing him in, man. Like he tried to come back for that 1 week, and then they put him back out for another couple of weeks. I just don't think he's right yet.
Look at this stretch for Buffalo, though. Okay, so they're at the Dolphins this week. Not a big deal. Home against the Bucks. That's going to be a tough one, but they'll be favored.
That's then a tough schedule, dude.
Then they go at the Texans. They'll be favored, but that is a tough pass rush to go up against. Then you got to go on the road again the following week and take on Pittsburgh.
They'll probably be favored by less than a field goal at the Texans and probably less than a field goal at the Steelers. Maybe a little more than a field goal at the Steelers.
I mean, they'll be favored in all three of the games, but that is a tough 3 weeks.
If they're ever favored under a field goal in any of those games, you should take the team that's getting the points.
And then they get the Bengals, and then at the Patriots, at the Browns. And then look, they still have a game against the Eagles at the end of the year.
That's what I'm saying. That damn schedule right there ain't easy at all.
If you like the Patriots to beat the Bucks this week, I think you take the Patriots to win the division. Because if the Patriots win this week, I don't see, even if we lose to Buffalo, I think we will still stay 1 game up on them to win the division.
I agree with that.
Let's see. AFC East. Where are they currently? You can get the Patriots at 42 cents on Kalshi right now. So almost plus 150.
To win the division?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I think it's good value. I might have to bet that today.
Because I feel like it ought to be around minus 110.
You know what I got? You know what I bet yesterday before all the moves and stuff?
Tell me.
My card this week is going to be disgusting.
I feel like we've been saying that a lot lately around here.
I bet the Browns at +1
against the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I got a minus 2.5.
I know. I bet them at +1, and then all the trades happened yesterday, and the line moved. I liked the Browns even if Quinn Williams and Sauce were on the team.
Bet the over.
Oh, the total went up like 3 points as well.
It's 37.5 now, and it's moved up above that key number. I told you I cut it off at 36.5 in the NFL, and if it ever starts below that and goes above that 36.5, I love to bet the overs in those games, and that feels just gross enough to work. An over in the Browns-Jets game, let's fucking go.
Here, okay, the trench report released. We'll wrap up with this. Top 5 pass blocking: Denver #1, Kansas City #2. It's interesting. Kansas City on a bye this week, right?
They are.
They needed it after that ass whooping.
They are, because both my fantasy teams are reeling because of the bye.
Bills #3. The Jags are #4. That's kind of interesting. And the Bears #5 rated pass blocking.
Fuck the Bears.
I like the Bears this week.
I don't like them ever.
No, never mind. I like the Giants. I like the 3.5 of the Giants. I was thinking the Bears are playing someone else. I like the 3.5 of the Giants.
I'll take Jackson Dart over Caleb Williams any day.
I'll take Jackson Dart over his rush yards again this week.
Yeah, that might be a play the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. They're going to adjust the odds, though.
Yeah, but I think I might keep betting over 50.
Just bet 50 plus. Yeah, just bet 50 plus.
Top run blocking. This is just in the league, not matchups each week. It's just in the league. Rams, Bills, Colts, Panthers, Bears. So those are great teams to look at to bet their running back 1, RB1 to go over.
Okay.
Especially when the matchups tell you to.
Go back up just a little bit. Right there. Okay, so you're looking at what? Kyron Williams, James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, those are all good bets usually. But then you got to gamble with Rico fucking Dowdle. And then who is the Bears running back now? Like Devin Singletary?
They have a new guy. They have a 7th round draft pick. I was talking with Ryan about it. I go, that is not a real person.
Who is it?
Let me tell you this. He's going to get more role, but so their RB1 is DeAndre Swift, but the guy that had a great week last week and is going to get more touches is Kyle Monangai.
Wow.
That's not a real person.
No.
Pass rush. Okay. Let's see. We'll scroll to the bottom. So here's your top running back mismatches. The Bears are #1 this week. So I think you could bet Swift and Monangai over. Monangai is going to be really low. They face the Giants, who are the 2nd worst run defense in the league.
Yeah, he'll be like 30 yards or something.
I do think this is a week to bet Jonathan Taylor. International game, you just kind of want to get in and get out, and what better way than just eat clock with the run game?
Bet him 3+ this week, 3+ tutties. He didn't get it last week.
Kyron Williams, and then James Cook against the Dolphins, and Rico Dowdle against the Saints.
Rico fucking Dowdle, man. God almighty, that guy drives me crazy. The Panthers, though, hell, I don't know why you're letting Chuba get any carries. Every time Rico gets the most volume in the offense, he gives you 150 plus and a tutty. I don't know why you even look at another running back.
Can you tell me why the Eagles are underdogs at the Packers? Is that another trap game I should stay away from?
Yes, because you look at the damn Packers and the way the bad team. I mean, hell, they came out and scored 40. I know it was a tie, But if they lost to the Browns or they come out and score 40 the next week against that hapless Cowboys defense and the Eagles, I mean, I don't think after what you saw from the Packers last week, you should not have that team favored, man. It's a Monday night
Eagles,
football
though,
game.
Eagles coming off a bye.
Are they coming off a bye? Yeah. I don't know, man. Football game, so I might be on the Eagles any damn way.
I like the Eagles. It's at that 2.5 too. I think you froze
Marco?
up. Polo?
I don't know what happened to you, y'all.
You're back.
Y'all still hear me? Chat? Am I still out there?
You were frozen.
Oh, it's loading. There you are. Okay.
Yeah, you were frozen.
Did I freeze? Okay. My bad, y'all. Shit. I was sitting there talking. I was like, anybody there? Marco, what's going on?
We heard you.
Okay, you heard me? Sorry.
Let's see. Some of the other Vikings have an edge over the Ravens. I do like the Vikings this week as a dog. I'm taking the 4.
Who they got this week? The Vikings play
hosting the Ravens.
Hosting the Ravens.
Catching 4.
Man, they might be about to overvalue this Ravens team a little bit.
I think they are.
I do too. God, but the Vikings looked so good last week on the damn road. Who knows?
It's gross, but I might take the points with the Saints.
At the Panthers?
Yeah.
Oh, God. What makes you – what have you seen that gives you any inkling to do that? Where the fuck is that game? I can't
it's
even
like
find
5.5, 6 points.
Where is that game? I don't even have that game listed right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there it is. Okay, 5.5. That's a lot of points. But hell, you look at the Panthers have played much better at home outside of that game against Buffalo where they got beat 40-9. But all their other games at home.
62% of the bets, 83% of the money's on the Panthers laying 5.5.
Ooh, that's too much money.
That's what I'm saying.
That's too much money. I think you bet the over in that game too.
Look at this. This Trench Report is considering the Jets' stats this season with Quinn Williams and Sauce, and the Browns still have a plus 15 Trench edge. I really like the Browns.
Browns getting that one. Yeah. What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look at this. The Colts only have a plus 3.1 edge net overall in the trenches. I think if you're going to give me 6.5 with the Falcons, I'm taking the points.
I'm telling you, I think in them damn international games like that, I don't think everybody's focused. I don't think anybody's sharp going into those games because there's too many other things going on that's taken away from preparing for a football game. So 6.5 points feels like a bunch of points in that game.
It'll be like
21-17.
I think we get a backdoor cover.
Yeah, it'll be 21-10, and the damn Falcons will score. It might be 21-16 because they'll score and go for 2 to try to get to a field goal game, and they'll lose 21-16.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
All right, buddy.
Exact score. All right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get over there and get ready to start Crick's Corner up. You be safe, sir. Get that tooth taken care of and all that, or start getting it taken care of, I guess. But chat, y'all have a good day, and we'll see you.
Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow for Thursday Night Football.
Booyah.
Booyah. Later, buddy. All right, chat. We're going to raid him here in a second, but first, let's take a look at something. Where are my gamers at out there? Let's talk about some gaming chairs. Looking for a comfortable but unique option for your gaming setup? Check out TechniSportUSA.com. TechniSportUSA.com with a wide range of ergonomic chairs and an array of colors. You will definitely bring your setup to the next level. Always comfy, never boring. TechniSport. Use code RUMBLE for 10% off your entire order. Scan that QR code or click the link that's pinned here on this stream. Go get yourself a beautiful, comfortable chair. Booyah. All right, let's raid. Later, Blue. All right, we're raiding, and we're raiding right now. Let's raid. Give Crick a like, hit the thumbs up, give him a like. Let's repost this thing. There we go. There we go. Go give them a follow. We're on our way to 1,000 over here. Let's get Crick and Sportsfix over 1,000 followers. 901 right now. So smash the like button while you're over there. Go say hello in the chat. We'll be back tomorrow morning, of course, at 4:30 a.m. Pacific for our normal show, previewing some highlight and some Thursday night football. But until then, good luck, good gambling, and game on.